Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Selkirk, Scotland, there lived an earl who had a daughter, Janet, whom he loved more than any other blessing of the world. Janet had a beautiful, loving, and a kind heart. But she was also brave, courageous, and adventurous. At the outskirts of the kingdom was the wood of Carterhaugh. Janet longed to explore it. But father, I can't sit in the palace playing games and talking about dresses and makeup all day. You know I hate that.
You also do archery and karate and rafting. Then why this urge to go to that forest?
But why can't I go to the forest? It does belong to our kingdom, right?
For the millionth time, Janet. The forest is enchanted. The fairies of the forest have been known to play mean tricks on travelers.
What kind of mean tricks, Father?
I don't know. I've never been there.
What if all this is just a rumour? I have seen the gorgeous birds on the trees, even spotted deer romping about gracefully in the grasslands of the wood. If there were fairies playing mean tricks, then would the animals and birds there look so lively and happy? It is such a magnificent forest. Let me explore it, please.
Nobody from our kingdom has gone there in 3 generations, Janet.
Because none of those generations knew why not to go there. Please, Father, I want to go. You know, this is just a silly fear. You can't protect me always, can you? I have grown up, Father.
Fine. I shall get a party of...
Father, I can take care of myself. I do not need anyone accompanying me. If there is anything dangerous, I shall come back, I promise.
You'll be careful.
I promise. Mwah. So the next day, Janet took off into the forest. It was beautiful. The colourful birds, the enormous trees, the butterflies, the crystal springs. Suddenly, the trees around her shook violently. A creeper lashed at her, trying to trap her, but Janet somersaulted out of its way just in time.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my forest?
This forest is a part of our kingdom. I should be the one asking you. Who are you?
This is your last opportunity, girl. Leave the forest at the count of 3, or else you shall not be spared.
I might have been scared of you if you had the courage to come out and fight. I do not give importance to someone who shoots threats while hiding.
Then I shall show you what I can do.
Suddenly, the leaves turned into fierce little elves who ran at her with sticks to attack her. But Janet managed to dodge all of them. She grabbed a stick, rubbed 2 stones, lit a fire, and threatened the elves with the torch. All of them escaped. One of the elves' coats caught fire. Janet saw that. She leaped, picked up the little elf, and jumped into the spring to douse the fire. Are you all right?
You saved my life. I attacked you, and you saved my life.
Look, I didn't come here to fight. You and your fairy folk can stay in the forest if you want to, but allow us to explore it as well. I just want to spend time here and enjoy its beauty. That's all.
For that, you will have to speak to our chief, Elf Tam Lin.
Suddenly, there was thunder, and Tam Lin appeared from among the trees.
Janet, is it? You saved the life of one of my elves. Thank you for that. I am the keeper of the forest. You must leave now. This forest is dangerous.
You are the keeper of the forest? Then you must know every speck of it. Why don't you become my guide and show me around? After all, thank yous that are done are better than the ones merely said, right? Thank you. Thank me by becoming my guide.
I see you really are quite determined. I would love to show you around. Come with me.
Tam Lin showed Janet the most exquisite and magical parts of the forest. A hill so covered with bluebells that it seemed to be covered with a thick purple carpet. A valley of golden butterflies, a natural aviary where birds sung sweeter than Janet had ever heard any bird sing before. Oh, the forest was beautiful, and the more you saw, the more there remained to be seen. Janet began going there every day, and Tam Lin was always there as her guide. As the days went by, their friendship grew deeper. Together, they enjoyed sunsets and sunrises, picnics, and boating. They laughed and fought. Within a few months of getting to know and liking each other, they felt the beautiful agony of love. But Janet always sensed a sadness in Tam Lin, and on this day, the sadness was deeper than ever. Tam, what is wrong, my love? Why do you look so sad?
Oh, so you do care about how I feel?
I love you.
Is that why you have never asked me in all these days about me or my life? About how I came to this miserable existence of the Elf Queen's Forest Keeper?
I don't care who you are, Tam Lin, but please, do tell me what happened.
But I care about who I am. You cannot love me, Janet. We should stop seeing each other.
Oh, why would you say that?
Do you know I too was a human?
What?
My parents passed away when I was very little. I don't even remember them.
I am so sorry.
My grandfather adopted me. Years later, we came to these very woods for camping with a few of his friends and their grandchildren. But as we walked in the forest, suddenly I began to feel very tired and I lagged behind. I don't know when. I don't know where I slept off. When I awoke, I was in this strange land, the land of the Elf Queen, and my form had been changed to this. She had stolen me when I fell asleep. Ever since then, I don't know how many centuries have passed. I protect the forest by day, and as soon as it becomes dark, I find myself back in the Elf Queen's land. I love you too, Janet, but you and I cannot be together. I will not allow it. What kind of a life would this be, Janet? Me as an elf and a prisoner of the fairy.
Is there no way to break the spell?
There is a way. Just one opportunity that will come only once in our lifetime.
Tell me what I need to do.
Promise me that if it does not work, you will forget about me, Janet.
Tam Lin, you don't get to decide for me. I love you, and I don't care whether you are a human or an elf. I will keep meeting you even if we have to meet like this for the rest of our lives. But yes, I do want to free you if that is possible. Tell me how.
The coming new moon night of Samhain is special. It comes just once in 100 years. All the fairy folk from here will travel to the netherworld. You must come to cross the road of the forest at midnight and wait for the fairy troop. They will arrive in 3 caravans. Let the first 2 caravans pass. I shall be in the 3rd caravan on a white steed with a golden circlet on my brow. You must run to me, pull me off my steed, and hold me. No matter what happens, do not let go of me. Only then can the spell be broken.
I will do it. So the next night, Janet went out to the crossroads near the forest and waited. Just after midnight, she heard the hooves of horses and the first caravan of fairy folk approach from the distance. Janet let them pass. The second caravan came. Janet let them pass too, but she realized the horses galloped too fast. There was no way she would be able to catch up to Tam Lin's steed. So, she climbed a tree and held on to a strong, supple branch. When the third caravan approached and she spotted Tamlin, she timed her swing to perfection, such that she was able to lift Tamlin off the horse just before it crossed the crossroad. The Elf Queen saw that.
Tamlin, how dare you? And you, girl? How could any human ever be in love with an elf? Go away.
Love does not care.
Very well then. Let us see how strong your love is.
The Elf Queen used her magic and turned Tamlin into a slimy, slithery lizard that almost slipped from Janet's hands. But she managed to hold on to it. Then, the Queen turned Tamlin into a fierce snake that slithered on Janet's body, but she still held on. The Queen turned Tamlin into burning embers. Janet screamed in agony, but Janet did not let go.
If this is my only chance of freeing him, I shall do whatever it takes to make sure he is freed.
Janet cried out of the pain, and the moment her tears touched the embers, they stopped burning.
What is going on? Why don't they burn?
The tears of true love. No evil stands a chance before them. You have been defeated, Queen. My Janet and her love have won.
How could a human fall in love with an elf?
Elf Queen, you're welcome to the forest of my kingdom. But can we please live as friends rather than enemies? Humans and elves. The concept of friendship with humans was perhaps a very difficult one for the Elf Queen to grasp. She simply rode away, but she never came back. Janet and Tamlin were soon married, and they lived happily ever after. With the Elf Queen gone, people of this kingdom could now fearlessly go camping, picnicking in the forests with their children. But the most regular visitors of the forest were Janet and Tamlin.